It's that time of the year again when we all patiently await Samsung's refresh to the Note line. Last year was released what was truly one of the best smartphones out in the market, and that was the Galaxy Note 4. From the vibrant high-resolution display to the killer internals to the premium design, everything was really high quality about the device. But that was last year, meaning we can now all aboard the hype train for the release of Samsung's next Galaxy Note. Hey, what's up guys, you're watching TKM here, and here are all the rumours that you need to know about Samsung's highly anticipated Galaxy Note 5. Let's kick off with the rumours that will upset quite a lot of people. There isn't going to be support for storage expansion via microSD, which will be a real big turn off for those of you who like to add extra storage to your devices. And just to rub some salt on the wound, there also isn't expected to be a removable back, hence also not a removable battery. Now, if you're thinking this trend seems familiar, then you're not the only one, since Samsung pretty much killed the option of a microSD card slot and a removable battery since the release of the Galaxy S6 and the S6 Edge, and probably won't revive it ever again, which is sad. But why did Samsung get rid of the removable back and microSD card slot? Well, my bet would be aesthetics, because what do you think looks better? This or this? Yeah, so as you just saw, the Galaxy S6 has a really premium looking and feeling glass back, which will probably also make its way over to the Note line. Now, my thoughts are quite neutral on this, because I'm not actually that bothered really about a removable battery, because firstly, the Note 5 is expected to have a whopping 4100 mAh battery, and secondly, in the case of emergencies, there are things called power banks. And as far as the lack of storage expansion goes, 32GB is fine for me, along with Google Drive. And while we're on the topic of design, Samwave reports that the Galaxy Note 5 will be available in black, white, gold and silver to begin with, and the gold variant is actually shown by this leaked picture, which was caught by nowhereelse.fr in late July. Now, nowhereelse.fr actually has more images to show us, including this one, which actually looks really legit. From this picture, we sort of get a hint at what the port for the new S Pen stylus will look like, at least from the bottom, to say the most, but we're still not sure as to how the new stylus will actually function. Now, I say this because some rumours are pointing towards an auto-eject S Pen, which can eject either based on a hand gesture or a voice command, and provides haptic feedback to alert you once ejected. And the actual ejection mechanism behind all this is going to be completely revamped from the previous simple sliding out of the S Pen to using some electromagnets to push the stylus out, while some mechanism deep inside the phone prevents the stylus from slipping out accidentally. And this all sounds really cool and fancy and all, but a little bit gimmicky as well in my opinion right now. Now let's move on and talk about the display. It's expected that the same 2560x1440 resolution found in the Note 4 will be adopted by the Note 5 as well, on a tad smaller 5.66 inch display. Of course, Samsung wouldn't go with 4K, right? Or would they? Oh yes, considering it's Samsung, it's definitely possible, but I'm just hoping a 4100 mAh battery is capable of powering over 8 million pixels for regular usage. As far as the internals go, since it is a Note, we can probably expect some of the best specs floating around in the market. Expect some of the best specs. Okay. This includes an Exynos 7420, not 22, which is kind of a letdown. And rumours aren't exactly clear if there's either going to be 3 or 4GB of RAM. I personally think that there's going to be 4GB because A, otherwise it wouldn't be an upgrade from the Note 4, and B, that's just how Samsung rolls, right? The rear camera is expected to be stuck at the 16 megapixels as found with the Galaxy S6 and S6 Edge, instead of making the jump to 21 megapixels as some previous rumours claimed. For the selfies, it's likely there will be a 5 megapixel camera up front, which may apparently have the potential to capture a nice crisp Full HD video, which is quite impressive for a front facing camera. So I guess that leaves us with some other minor but noteworthy improvements, no pun intended. I really would like to see some USB Type-C action going on with the Note 5. TouchWiz I guess is doing okay in the Galaxy S6, so I don't think many software changes will take place, apart from the fact that it will be running Android 5.1.1 straight out of the box. Release date is still set for August, meaning this month, as I mentioned in one of my Tech AM Weekly episodes, but since then we now know the exact date of the Samsung Unpacked event, which is next week on the 13th, so The hype is real. So that's going to do for me in this video, guys. Be sure to smash the like button down below if you enjoyed, and also be sure to leave any comments if you have any rumours about the next Galaxy Note, and also subscribe to this channel as well for more tech videos like this, and I'll talk to you guys in my next one. Thanks for watching. Wow. Do they have to cut the grass now?